What's up, guys? Welcome to a new day. I'm Stephanie Ryder, and this is the 365 Shares podcast. It's February 10th, 2024, and today's topic is dreams. The Big Red Book says we thought we had forgotten these dreams, but our inner child remembers. I had to read the passage from the Strengthening My Recovery book today because I wasn't sure if they were talking about dreams that we have when we're asleep or the dreams that we have for our lives, like our ambitions and our hopes. When I got to the end of the passage, it says, in the ACA program, we find that dreams can come true. Here we are able to begin again one day at a time. We can give our inner child all that we weren't given. Recovering dreams is what this program is all about. So the passage, I think, really is talking about recovering the dreams of like the hopes that we had as children of being loved and protected and supported. And instead we were neglected. We were living in chaotic environments. Maybe our needs for affection were met with either resistance or anger or inappropriate attention that we shouldn't have received. But it also makes me think of the dreams that we have when we're asleep. And dreams are hard for me because I have really vivid dreams. And sometimes they're recurring. There are a few places that I've gone multiple times in my dreams. One of them is this cabin that's at the top of a mountain, and it's like a snowy, fun cabin. And I'm usually there with a friend's family for some reason. But it's this really nice place. You have to like get all the way up there, drive all the way up there. But then once you're up there, it's just really peaceful. And then I have this other dream that I've had a few times where I'm on this boat and I'm in a waterway. It's very Lord of the Rings, where I'm on this boat and you go through sort of a mountain pass to get to this secret little town or city. And it's really pretty. And then once we're there, we get out and there's like kind of little shops and things. And it's just this little magical kind of elvish place. So I don't really know what those mean. But then I have these dreams where I'm with people that I know and it's someone that someone in my family maybe. It'll be someone in my family who's dead potentially. So I think really dreams in this sense is really open to your interpretation, whether it's the dreams you have when you're asleep that are plaguing you or that maybe are a good respite from your daily life. Maybe you love dreaming and it's just an escape from real life and that would be great. Or maybe you're just thinking about the dreams that you had for yourself in the future. Whatever the dreams that you're thinking of, the point is ACA wants you to achieve them, whether it's the best dream you could have at night or the best vision for yourself for the future. ACA really feels like you can get there. I'm Steph, and this is my share. Today's affirmation says, on this day, I know that I deserve my dreams. I am willing to work to make them come true with the help of ACA. One of the dreams I've had for a long time is to have a family. My partner and I want to have a baby. We've been trying for a while. We've done a lot of things to get us on track to get there. We've done a lot of health things, physical health, mental health. We've worked on ourselves. We've worked on our relationship. And ACA really has been a big part of that. I think it's just improved our relationship so much. It's really helped us listen to each other and it's really helped us listen to each other when we're in a meeting together and one of us shares for 5 minutes without interruption by anyone in the room and definitely not by each other. It just allows us to sit and think and process without getting defensive, without trying to jump in and fix or caretake, which is one of the trademarks of adult children, which is why we share and we don't crosstalk, is we have to train ourselves out of this caretaking, like you see a tear and you jump over and you touch someone's arm or you give them a tissue or you say like, no, you don't need to have that feeling, or you give them a cookie. Like we do all kinds of crazy things in our society to prevent people from feeling their feelings and to prevent us from having to have feelings about other people's feelings. So it's really sort of a selfish exercise that we're disguising as being helpful. But in ACA, we learned that you have to let people have their full range of emotions. We have a feelings list, and at the beginning of every meeting, you introduce yourself with a feeling description. So you could say, I'm Steph, and I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling anxious, or overwhelmed, or maybe you're feeling joyful, relaxed, or peaceful, or safe, which is great. But the point is, you're supposed to be able to feel anything you want. You're not supposed to jump in and stop anyone from having their feelings. You really just let them process the thought, process the emotion. And I've had meetings where I've cried the whole time. I had one where I just literally sobbed like a baby the entire time. And nobody said anything. Some people just smiled at me or they ignored me. It's just part of the process. And I've heard people say they don't want to go because they don't want to go and look all sad and weepy and crazy and whatever, but it's really just part of it. and everyone's welcome, whether you come in happy, whether you come in sad, you can be angry. It doesn't matter. It's all part of it. But it has been so helpful, I think, for us. And I went to a meeting last night because I was just having kind of a rough day. And a friend of mine from ACA, we both decided to go, and it was just really valuable. And I was talking to one of the guys after the meeting because I shared about my partner and my fertility journey. And so a few people were like really supportive after the meeting. They were like, hey, I hope that works out for you. That would be really great. And I told one of the guys, it's been such a long journey so far, but at the same time, I'm really glad that we didn't just get pregnant right away the first time we started a few years ago, because we've made so many positive changes since then. On the health side, I've cut a lot of things out of my diet that I found were inflammatory for me. So right now I'm soy-free, gluten-free, caffeine-free, alcohol-free as of November. And my partner is working on being gluten-free, and he has realized that he feels much better when he doesn't eat gluten. And he also just quit nicotine. He had been a smoker for 20 years, then he switched to vaping, then he quit vaping and switched to the nicotine pouches. And then he stopped doing, and then he lowered the dosage of the pouches. They're like different doses of pouches that you can have. And then he just completely stopped. So in addition to the health things that we've changed, we've also just improved our relationship so much through personal work, through therapy, through ACA. And I was telling one of the other fellow travelers at the meeting, I'm glad it didn't just happen right away, because we're in such a better place right now. And there are so many things that we could have passed on to a kid 3 years ago from our own dysfunctional family childhoods, from our patterns of interacting with each other, that I feel like we wouldn't pass on now. If we had a kid in a year, we wouldn't pass on now because of all the additional work that we've done. And I just have this feeling, and it's probably just me rationalizing, but I just have this feeling that like our kid just wants the best environment possible. And that's all any kid wants. I mean, if we think about our own childhoods, we wanted the best possible childhood and we probably didn't get it. I just imagine my baby saying like, hey guys, get your acts together, because I want to be born into a healthy situation. I don't want there to be volatility. I don't want there to be problems with your physical health. I just keep working toward this dream of having this healthy baby, having this healthy relationship where we have this family and we give it not just a little bit of a better life than we had. And I've talked about that before, is like every generation gives a little better, hopefully, typically, than they got. But we want to give 1,000% better than we got. We want our kid to have no idea the type of neglect, physical violence, abuse, torn homes, just you name it, like addiction, all the stuff that we dealt with growing up, moving around all the time. We don't want our kid to deal with any of that. So we're working toward our dream of having a kid, and not just having a physical child, but also being great parents and being a family and having a legacy of health that we can pass on to our next generation, that hopefully sets them up for just future generations of even more happiness and success. And the easier that we can make their lives, the better. And the more work that we do ourselves, the less we pass on to them. So we're working toward our dream. We keep dreaming about it, sending each other good vibes. If you guys are listening, please send us good vibes. I'm sending you good vibes that you will achieve everything you are dreaming of. I know that it's possible. It is hard work. It feels like it takes forever. Every minute feels like an hour right now while we're working toward our goals. But I think that we'll get there. And I know that you will too.